there is a very thin line between taming the wild and being consumed by it. From TV shows to news stories, humans have always been fascinated by the untamed. But what happens when our curiosity crosses paths with nature's unpredictability? Well, keep watching this video as we explore the fascinating crossroads of wildlife tragedies with 3 bone-chilling animal attacks that killed celebrities. Let's get into it. Starting with number 3. In the calm days of 1963's Australia Day weekend, everyone was feeling happy and relaxed. Sydney's Sugarloaf Bay, tucked away in the beautiful middle harbor, was shining bright in the summer sun. Families and friends were drawn to its peaceful waters, ready to enjoy the holiday together. Among them was Marcia Hathaway, a 32-year-old actress loved for her glowing personality and amazing performances. Marcia, her fiancé Frederick Knight, and their friends picked this lovely spot for a picnic, celebrating their recent engagement while soaking up the sunny weather. They were all in great moods, laughing and chatting as they shared stories and talked about their hopes for the future. Little did they know, something unexpected was about to happen. In a playful moment, Marcia's friends challenged her to show off her swimming skills. With a grin, she agreed, not realizing the danger lurking in the water. As she waded in, feeling the coldness against her skin, a sudden chilling scream shattered the peaceful atmosphere. Marcia screamed, thinking it was just an octopus at first, but oh, the truth was much scarier. A sneaky bull shark, a silent hunter from the deep, had crept up and chomped down on her right leg. The peaceful bay instantly turned into a horror scene. Frederick, hearing her cries, looked on in shock. A massive shark was pulling the love of his life into deeper waters. Without thinking, Frederick rushed into the water, desperate to save her. A wild struggle unfolded, with him even straddling the beast, fighting to free Marcia from its deadly grip. The water turned red with blood. Despite the terrible injury and pain, Marcia stayed surprisingly calm. In those terrifying moments, she comforted Frederick, saying, "Don't worry about me, dear. God will look after me." Those words lingered in the hearts of everyone who knew her. Nearby boaters hurried over to help Marcia, who had been pulled out of the water and onto the shore. People tore up sheets from their beds to make bandages, trying to stop the bleeding from her severe injuries caused by a shark attack. Despite their efforts, Marcia's right leg was badly hurt, and it was hard to do much to help her right away. They called for an ambulance, but things got worse when the ambulance broke down on the way, making the wait for help even longer. While they waited for another ambulance to come, Marcia's condition got worse quickly. When the second ambulance finally arrived, it was too late. Marcia, who was loved by many, couldn't survive her injuries. The whole city of Sydney was shocked by what happened. Newspapers called the shark a monster, and everyone mourned the loss of a young woman who had so much ahead of her. Moving to the second gripping incident. In downtown San Francisco, where the city buzzes with energy and whispers stories of its own, there is a place called Pacific Avenue Apartment. It seems just like any other home in the lively neighborhood, nothing out of the ordinary. But on a day in January back in 2001, something tragic happened here that still has many athletes traumatized. It was a day that would connect the life of Diane Whipple, a beloved lacrosse coach at St. Mary's College, with a creature that didn't quite belong in the city. Diane, almost celebrating her 34th birthday, came back from grocery shopping with her arms full of bags. Maybe she was thinking about her upcoming birthday. She was known for her athletic skills, almost making it to the 1996 Atlanta Olympics in the 800 meters. Her love for sports led her to become a coach, admired for her creative methods and how she brought her team together, turning them into winners. She shared the apartment with her partner, Sharon Smith, a place where love and laughter filled the air. Her energy and excitement rubbed off on everyone around her. But there was something dark, casting a shadow over her otherwise happy life. A few days ago, Diane had told Sharon about a scary encounter with their neighbor's dog Bane, a big Presa Canarian known for its strong muscles and power. The memory of that incident stayed with Diane like a dark cloud hanging over her, and she was extremely worried about what it could do to her or anyone around. The neighbors themselves were an unusual couple of lawyers leading lives far from ordinary. They took care of 2 Presa Canarios, Bane and Hera, owned by a client serving a life sentence. What many don't know was that these dogs were connected to a darker world linked to the Aryan Brotherhood, bred for aggression. On the 26th of January afternoon, as they had stepped into the hallway, she was unaware that Bane was loose. In seconds, the hallway turned into a scene of unimaginable horror. The dog, weighing more than Diane herself, attacked with a shocking and deadly ferocity. The neighbor's call to 911 was a desperate plea for help, but by the time the police arrived, the scene they encountered was heart-wrenching. Diane was really hurt, and what happened afterward reminded everyone of the brutal attack. Even though the first responders tried hard, the injuries were just too much. Whipple got 77 wounds all over her body, except for her head and feet. Diane Whipple, who was a cherished coach, partner, and friend, couldn't make it through the injuries, leaving everyone with a big hole that words couldn't fill. Her death shocked the whole community. People at St. Mary's College, including students and colleagues, were devastated. The person who inspired and brought joy to them was gone. They held a memorial service, and one of her players, Megan Bren, tearfully remembered how Diane made them a team, her creation. Sharon, Diane's partner, was heartbroken and couldn't believe the loss. The life they had together, all the plans they made, everything was now broken. The incident raised a lot of questions and fears, turning the once peaceful neighborhood into a place of sorrow. Days went by, but the sadness of what happened to Diane stayed with everyone, even those who didn't know her. It made people talk about who should be responsible, like pet owners and the justice system. It showed how there can be dangers hidden in everyday life and places that seem safe. But even in the midst of all the sadness, there was a little bit of hope. Diane's impact stayed alive through the people she influenced, the teams she coached, and the energy she put into everything she did. Lastly, nestled in the heart of South Africa's wild landscapes, Catherine Chappell found her true passion. Beyond being a wizard of visual effects for grand tales like Game of Thrones, she was a spirited dreamer and eternal wanderer. Her Instagram unfolded a lively canvas of her rich life, brimming with adventures that showcase profound connections with loved ones. Even though she was only 5'4", Catherine acted like she was twice her size. Her sister Jennifer joked that Catherine thought she was a big 6'4", 250-pound dude stuck in a smaller body. This bold attitude pushed Catherine to explore new stuff and shake things up. Catherine's laugh and bravery inspired everyone around her. She wasn't just a storyteller with her cool art, her whole life was an adventure story, showing off her love for exploring and speaking up for what's right. Every trip she took was a chance to show her friends and followers how beautiful nature is and warn them about the danger it faces. On her last trip to South Africa, a place full of wild animals and stunning views, Catherine was a shining light for her family. Her Instagram pics were proof of her love for nature's raw beauty. On a bright morning of June 1st, 2015, the sun peeked over Johannesburg's Lion Park, spreading its warm light across the vast savanna. Catherine, holding her camera tight, was eager for another day of fun. She wasn't just visiting, she felt like a protector of the animals she came to see. Her job was simple: to watch, take pictures, and tell everyone about the amazing creatures she encountered. As she stepped into the park, her eyes gleamed with excitement. The lions, majestic and wild, were incredible. Catherine's heart raced as she spotted one basking in the sunlight. Curiosity got the better of her, and she rolled down her window for a closer look. It was thrilling to be so near such a powerful animal, something raw and exciting. But suddenly, the peaceful moment shattered. The lion, maybe feeling threatened or curious, lunged at the car. Caught off guard, Catherine found herself staring into the eyes of the wild. What followed was a flurry of noise and chaos. At that moment, the guide sprang into action, bravely fighting the lioness to protect Catherine, punching and struggling with all his strength. The lioness's attack was fierce and scary. Ben Govender, a passerby, saw it all from his car and couldn't believe what he was seeing. He remembered how the lioness attacked, took a break, and then came back even angrier. Catherine fought hard for her life, but it was like a battle between her human weakness and the wild animal's instinct. After the attack, everyone was shocked. Catherine had a heart attack because of the scary situation. She, who had so many dreams and passions, lost her life that day. The world lost an artist and a lively person who had so much more to offer. Catherine's life was full of dreams, adventures, and a sad ending. Even though Catherine is gone, her memory inspires people who knew her and even those who didn't. All in all, in the exploration of these three tragic animal attacks, we are reminded of the delicate balance between human curiosity and the unpredictable forces of the wild. In a world where we're drawn to the excitement of the wild, let's learn from these stories. As we walk the fine line between humans and nature, let's treasure its beauty while staying aware of its risks. It's only when we all understand and take responsibility that we can peacefully live alongside the wild, making sure tragic events like these are rare. Drop a comment below, and don't forget to hit subscribe for more fascinating content. Let's reshape this story together and build a world where our love for the wild enhances lives instead of putting them at risk. See you in the next one. Until then, take care.